Hello!
And welcome back to Books and Crannies.
Yes! I'm Danielle.
I am Sarah.
And it's time for a personal read check-in.
Yeah, it frickin' is.
Frick yeah, man.
I didn't have a great week.
I didn't either.
Especially compared to the last couple weeks.
I feel like we've been busting out things.
We have.
And this week I struggled.
Me too.
I got one review, but it was an in-progress book. And I started 2 other books, but didn't finish them. And we're reading one together.
Yeah.
And the podcast. I guess I finished a novella for the podcast.
That's true.
In addition.
So we both finished 2 books this week.
Technically, even though the novella was like 70 pages.
Yeah.
And but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I will say that, like, although I feel like I didn't have a good week because of not having reviews, I feel like I read a lot. Like, page-wise, I have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't. I mean, I tried. I really tried, Sarah.
I also tried.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that great. But with the buddy read that we did, like, we were trying to focus on that more, and that took away a lot of my reading time.
Yeah,
so.
Same. And I started my job, so this week it's just been a cluster of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm going to start censoring myself, I guess. Just kidding.
Why?
I don't know. I'm really not sure where the beat came from.
I have a job now, so I have to be
I'm an adult.
censored.
No, but where do we want to start? Do we want to do reviews or do we want to do current reads?
Let's maybe talk about buddy read and then do a review each, and then we can talk about our other in progress.
Well, shoot. All right. Sounds good to me, dog.
All right. Shoot.
Well, what did we read, Sarah?
So we read 120. Nope.
No.
Absolutely
not.
That. I was going to say 123. We read 230.
Heck yeah.
Pages of Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty.
Sure did. We were getting more into that chonky chonker.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I am loving it.
Me too.
I can't get enough.
God, I know.
I wish I had time to just devour
Read it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
I know. It's getting very good.
It is, yeah.
And it's complicated. And there's a lot of shit going down.
Mm-hmm.
And the freaking Nari and Ollie traveling to Tyndry whole story was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Seriously.
What the heck?
And I love the, like, blossoming romance that's happening there. It's very cute.
I know, little sweeties.
Oh.
And I also love the interaction with Dara and Muntadur and how that's unfolding.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that Dara's been, like, cast out now.
Yeah.
Manise.
And I feel like he's riding a very fine line of loyalty right now.
Certainly.
Like, I don't think he gives 2 shits. I mean, like, he feels obligated to serve Manise, but I think his loyalty lies with Nari.
Yeah.
And, like, whenever they all come back together, we'll see what freaking happens.
I know.
But it's getting juicy. I really freaking love her books.
I do too.
This
one, I mean, it fits perfectly with the other ones.
Yes.
Her writing is fabulous.
Yeah, across the board.
That will not change.
I know. She just keeps busting it out like a pro. Although there's been a couple of more typos in this book. Well, maybe not typos as much as, like, grammatical shit.
Yeah.
Or, like, a word that is misspelled. Like, it should be a different word, but it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. I don't even care. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not, like, frequent enough that it bothers me.
That's fair.
A ton.
Yeah. It's
not
too
annoying,
bad, I guess. Yeah. Well, Sarah?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me your review or do you want to hear mine? Was your review a new book started this week?
No.
We both have in progress finishes.
Oh, shit. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
Sarah?
Yeah.
I finished Leather and Lark.
Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot you were reading that because I don't care enough.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What did you rate it?
Well, I gave it a 3.
Okay.
You also gave it a 3.
Okay.
But, okay. So you were like, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not the same thing, but only in the way that it's crappy comparatively. Like, the story was boring. I was bored the whole time. Just bored. All of the fun parts of Butcher and Blackbird were just not in it.
Yeah.
The story just wasn't it. And I didn't like the narration. And I know I texted you and I was like, they're definitely different people. And these two aren't as good.
Okay. Maybe that's why I didn't like it as much.
That might be part of it.
I really was convinced that they were the same people because the man specifically sounds
They're, yeah.
Very, very similar to me.
And I more specifically did not like the woman's voice over the man. There's just something about it that I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
But more than that, it felt slow. It felt like I was trudging through something, and I like made myself listen to it instead of like thoroughly enjoying the listen.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as fun of a story. It was a lot of, I don't know, pretense to get to this event, and the event was only like 10%, it felt like.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't much happening in all of that.
Yeah.
And you knew what was going to happen between the two of them all along. Like it wasn't well hidden, and the banter and all of it just didn't hit the same.
Yeah.
And maybe it was coming off of Butcher and Blackbird for both of us, but still, maybe reading that one would be better. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I just was kind of bored the whole
That's
time.
Fair.
And it didn't give the same vibes. Like, I can see why you said it's the same thing, copy paste.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing, copy paste,
but
minus
take out all
a bunch
the fun
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like get rid of all of the parts that made me love it so much.
Yeah.
Including like murder.
Yeah.
And sauce. And like there was some come the end. And
this one was much more slow burn.
It was, and nothing really happened until the second half.
Yeah.
And even that, it felt slow, and it was all just, I don't know. It felt dragged out. It felt lackluster.
Yeah.
It felt meh.
Yeah.
But it was fine, I guess. I gave it a 3.
Yeah. I feel like aside from all of that, like the writing is still very fun and quippy and you know.
I just nah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it's a trilogy, so I have to imagine that Rose and the other brother, his name starts with an F, I think. Anyway, it's probably those two, because Rose was involved in saving Lark, and then she was like, I could kill him all over again, and I'm like, okay, so another murderous couple. Copy, Fionn is his name.
Yes.
Yeah, so I imagine that's what the third one's going to be about, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I'll probably read it, but will I enjoy myself? I don't know. And then
bring Joe Arden back.
Yeah, please. Let's petition for that. I bet they won't. They're probably going to get another cast, another 2 people, which he could have just done it all, and I might have been happier. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So it was fine. I did it.
Well, I'm glad that you feel similarly and that I wasn't just being bratty.
You were not being bratty. I was just bored.
Yeah.
Mostly. So
yeah.
I don't want to be bored when I'm listening or reading to a book. Come on.
Especially coming off of Butcher and Blackbird. That book was so fun.
It was so fun. And maybe it was part to do with narration, because it certainly was 2 new people. And I was like, nah. And the way that the lady enunciated things, I was like, why? What is that? Maybe I'm an asshole, but
it's fine.
Yeah, so 3 stars.
Well, bummer, dude.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And it's the only book I finished this week.
Hey.
Rude.
Can't always have good weeks.
Why couldn't you have been better?
Well, you want to know what, Danielle?
What, Sarah?
I also rated my book this week 3 stars.
Oh, shoot. What is it? What'd you read?
I finished 95% of Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo.
Okay. That's right. I forgot you were reading that.
Yeah.
Tell me stuff.
Well, I gave it 3 stars.
You sure did. I got that part. Why? Where'd those 2 stars go?
The plot to me felt super wacky and like all over the place. It wasn't like well organized, I feel like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I don't like Leigh Bardugo's writing.
Okay.
Because I was bored the entire time. There would be like these big things that happened, but the stuff leading up to it didn't like get me excited for that. And so every time I was just like, okay, like
great.
Super, I guess.
No good build up.
Yeah, I was bored the entire time. And do you remember last time how I said the Darlington was my favorite character?
Uh-huh.
I take it back. He's horrible. I hate him. He's very boring. He has no depth to him. I just I don't like him.
Okay.
I also don't like Alex, the main female character. She's whiny and I don't like her.
That's fair.
And can we talk about please, I hate to bring this into another review, but can we talk about glow stick wieners? Why is it a giant glow stick? Why is it talked about so much?
I'm trying to remember.
Darlington has a glow stick wiener. It glows. And Alex talks about it all the freaking time, but never touches it. Like, if you're going to talk about it that much, at least do something with it.
I literally have zero memory of that, and you think it would have stuck.
You would think.
What the fuck?
Yeah, why does this wiener glow?
Come on. We need answers.
We do.
Anybody know the science?
And really, if you're going to talk about it enough that I have to talk about it in my review, someone better be doing something with it. And
that's fair.
No one ever touched it.
Fair point. Nobody was touching glow stick. Damn.
Bummer, dude.
That's weird as hell that I do not remember it. I'm shook to my core.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
I had to mention that.
No glow stick wieners for Sarah.
No. Or at least if you're going to talk about it, touch it. Come on, I want to know what happens. Does it glow brighter when it's excited?
Does it implode?
Yeah. We need to know these things. Leigh, come on.
Leigh.
Come on.
Come on. Any other notes?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, shit. Lay it on me.
Outside of all of that, the book just wasn't what I wanted it to be. Like, you're reading about this journey to literal hell.
Yeah.
And I expected it to be, like, super dark and scary and more spooky than it was.
Yeah.
And it just didn't give me that.
Okay. That's fair.
So, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed, actually.
Well, shoot.
But, I don't know. Also, the narrator for these books was, like, very not great. And maybe that had something to do with my experience, but also trying to read it, I couldn't get into it. So, like, I don't know.
These just weren't meant for you.
They just weren't for me, which is a bummer because I bought the pretty ones.
Yeah.
But
like
they're pretty.
Said, if you ever want to part with them, I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about them, so it's hard to talk about it. But I remember liking them quite a bit. So
that's fair. I wonder if now that you're like more into reading again, if you reread them, if you would be like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
if you'd be like, ugh.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like when I got Hellbent, it was from Book of the Month, and I didn't get Book of the Month until Christmas, like last year or the year before. I don't know. So I had been reading a little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah. Well,
shoot, dude.
I know.
I'm sorry you wasted time off of my recommendation.
It's okay. It happens every once in a while. I did enjoy Hellbent a little more than I liked Ninth House, though. Like, I had an easier time paying attention to it, and it was a little better, so
well, at least
it got an extra half a star.
Hell yeah. Upgrades.
Woohoo!
Freaking Leigh. Maybe we gotta read a different one and see if it's
I
the
have
same
the whole
vibes.
Shadow and Bone series.
Yeah.
But that's more YA.
So
it's different.
Maybe.
So maybe it'll be better.
Who knows?
I've also tried to read that series. I tried to read the first book and could not get into it. So
oh no.
Who knows? Maybe it's just her writing.
You're just not a big fan of Leigh. What do you got against Leigh?
I also, though, when I tried to read the first one in the Shadow and Bone series, was in a book slump and couldn't get into anything.
That's fair. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to read one together and see how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Because I think those are the only Leigh Bardugo books I've read. So gotta check out another one.
Yeah. I'll give her another shot.
Okay. Well, that's good of you.
Yeah. Pat me on the back.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, what else did you read this week, Danielle?
Well, I started a couple things.
Yeah.
The first of which is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I don't know if you've seen this everywhere, but I sure have.
No, I haven't.
It is, I'm 100 pages in. I just saw it on TikTok, so everywhere is dramatic, but it's Fae. There's Fae involved. I know that. I only just learned it. I'm 100 pages in, and I'm like e-booking it. I wanted another book on my phone because it's convenient here and there to have a book on my phone. So that's why I picked it. And it's interesting so far. It's kind of strange. It's another, like, segregated world where the throne there's like quadrants and people are messed up in certain quadrants and then other ones are like super powerful and strong and wealthy and that kind of vibe.
Okay.
And the main female character is in the worst of the quadrants, like trying to survive, stealing water from the royalty and like stealing shit to sell it to make money to buy food for her and her family and trying to just make Sarah. And she steals a freaking gauntlet from a guard and it's a lot of gold and she's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna sell that shit. And then it gets her into a lot of trouble.
Oh snap.
and she gets taken into custody.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the queen's like, the fuck, and have her executed. And then she instead kills the other guy that was supposed to execute her, but then she's dragged into a Fey world. That's all I've got now. Like, some guy comes out of a silver pool to snatch her and take her up into the Feylands.
Okay.
And they save her. And that's as far as I've gotten. I don't know. It's fine so far. The writing is fine.
Yeah.
I'm only 100 pages in. It's a 600-page book. So,
so you got a ways to go.
I got a ways. And so the first 100 is like nothing to write home about. But it's interesting. I'm interested.
Well, cool.
You know I love Fae.
Heck yeah.
Come on. And I bet it's going to have romance.
I would imagine.
Romantasy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
I'll let you know how I feel about it one day.
Sick.
Great.
Can't wait.
Yeah. What did you start, Sarah? God.
So I started reading The Cursed by Harper L. Woods. I read about 180 pages, and I was trying to friggin' power through it today, but I was way overestimating my reading power. I still have like 100 pages left.
You're like, I got this.
I was like, I can finish 200 pages in an hour. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
It's fine. It's good.
Giving the same feeling as The Coven?
No.
Oh, no.
It's very different.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Like, after the ending of the first book, it makes sense that it's different. I wasn't expecting similar vibes because the whole story has changed now.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Great.
I really like her writing. It's easy to read.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's got nice short chapters.
Heck yeah.
10 pages max.
Oh my gosh.
I love that. But yeah, it's good. Now this one's a lot darker.
Hey.
Which I like.
Okay.
So maybe it'll get 5 stars.
Okay.
Because that was my gripe with the last one.
Yeah. But you also knew what to expect going in.
Yeah.
Whereas with The Coven, you didn't know it would be a dark romance.
Yeah, but then it wasn't dark.
Yeah.
I expected it to be dark after I read the trigger warnings.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not.
Well, shoot. I'm excited to see how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And to read them one of these days.
Yeah. Tell me about your next read, Danielle.
Well, Sarah, I started an audiobook.
Yeah, I have to talk to you about this one. So tell me. Tell the people.
I started the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. I'm 84% of the way through.
Sick.
Because it's only a 6-hour audiobook.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I picked it.
Yeah.
But it also is witchy vibes. So that's also part of the reason I picked it.
Yeah.
Because, Hex, witch, come on. And I really, really tried to power through it on my commute home today, and I just couldn't do it. So
yeah.
Damn it.
Not enough time.
84%. So you had to talk to me about it?
I do. Do you remember last week? I was like, last year I bought some cozy witchy books to read and never got around to it. And so we can read them this year. And
this is one of them?
Talk about it together. This is one of them.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
So rude.
I would have read it with you.
It's fine.
Damn. Well, it's fine. I don't know.
I don't expect much from it.
Me neither. I didn't going in because it's like a contemporary witch romance.
Mm-hmm.
And the conflict is like silly.
Yeah.
It's silly conflict.
Yeah.
And the main characters are just like fucking around while trying to resolve the conflict,
Yeah.
It's very like easy breezy reading.
That's kind of what I expect from it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's nothing special.
Yeah.
But there's witches. But there's not enough focus on the magic.
Oh, that's
I will
a
say
bummer.
that.
Yeah.
At least for the first 84%.
I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
No, I mean, it's like here and there. The magic is part of the conflict, but I feel like it's like not enough witchy for me. I want
fair.
like, witches to be witching all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witches to be witching.
Yeah. Yeah.
All over.
So, I'll let you know my rating next week, and then you can be
Sick.
like, do I want to read that right now or not?
I'm going to read it.
Well, yeah.
I have the second one, too.
Oh.
I think it's called The Kiss Curse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a series.
I have to read it. I bought it.
Okay,
I have to.
Well, sick.
So.
Maybe I'll listen to the second one also. You just let me know when you start reading them.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
what else did you start reading this week, Sarah?
I started listening to Assistant to the Villain on audiobook.
I have this one.
Hannah Nicole Maehrer. I don't actually know how to say her last name.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm kind of offended now. We get to switch sides being offended.
Well, I saw that you started the Ex Hex, and I was like, well, I'm going to start this then.
So you did it out of spite. I didn't even know, Sarah. You knew.
Only a little bit. Listen, almost all of my books, we've been like, we're going to read that together, so I have to
Okay, I feel like that's dramatic as fuck.
It's not, though. I look at my books and I'm like, well, I was going to read that, but I was going to read it with Danielle. I was going to read that, but I was going to read it with Danielle. So
she has so many. You have so many books that I don't have.
I don't.
Okay, maybe you're right.
Not the ones I want to read anyways. God.
See, that's where we were getting. That's the truth. Anyway.
I'm a mood reader, okay? You can't be mad at me.
It's fine. I'll read it one day. How far are you into it?
I got about 25%. I don't actually know because I'm listening to it on Audible, and Audible doesn't tell you, which is really annoying, and I'm not trying to math it. So
silly.
Based on the progress bar, I guessed about 25%.
That's great.
Yeah.
How are you liking it so far?
I like it. It's fun.
Ooh.
I started it yesterday.
Okay.
Was it yesterday? It was.
Great.
And I will tell you, I could have been farther. However, I was listening to it on my way to work and I was like, this is so fun and this is great. And oh my God, I'm so happy. I love it. And then leaving work, I had to go to my other job. And it is like a 20-minute drive. Mm-hmm. It took me 45 minutes. And I was so mad that I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, no.
And then after I was done there, I had to go back to my other job. And the traffic was just as bad.
That's
and
terrible.
So I was really mad and wasn't listening. So that's an hour and a half right there.
Sarah.
And then after I left my first job, on my way home, someone cut me off and I got really, really mad. Like way mad. And spent my entire drive cussing them out. Because they cut me off to then go 5 miles under the speed limit my entire way home.
Oh, no. On like the 1-lane stretch?
Yeah. My entire way home was a little dramatic.
Slightly.
But that stretch is long.
That's some bullshit.
And I like to go over the speed limit
Obviously.
on that stretch because there's never capos.
I was just going to say in general, but yeah.
I mean, that too. But so I spent my entire drive cussing them out. Even after they were already gone, I was still yelling at them. So that was another 40 minutes that I listened but didn't listen.
Of yelling. Damn.
So I had to I went back to the very beginning.
Oh no.
Because I was like, I don't know how far to go back. I'm just going to start over. So
well, damn.
I probably could have been 50% of the way through.
Shit, Sarah. Stop being so road ragey all the time.
Dude, yesterday was just bad. Well, and I left my first job and was like, yeah, I get to go home and read, but I just have to go do this quick errand really quick to my second job. And then I get there and my boss was like, I need you to do this for me. And I ended up being there for 3 hours.
Ugh.
So I was gonna like pick something up from her, drop it back off at the shop, and then go home and read podcast book that I hadn't even started yet. And then I didn't get home until 6:30 when I got off at 2:00. So it was like... Ugh.
What a mess. What a mess. I'm sorry.
So, anyways.
Nonsense.
That was...
Well, I'm glad you're liking the book.
Me too.
Aside from all the rest of it.
It's very fun.
Okay.
And even still, I'm like, I kind of want to stop reading to it and listen to it because with audiobooks, I cannot focus for too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's getting worse.
Apparently.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep listening. I'll read it one day too.
All right.
Anyways,
I do have it, so I'll read it on my own
eventually
one day.
Yeah, and then you can let me borrow it.
I guess
You can have the audiobook if you want. I bought it because I'm insane.
You're wildin'. All right, we did some things.
Yeah,
You know,
it was an okay week.
Didn't finish much, but
That's
that's
like-
okay.
With podcast book, probably like 700 pages.
I read quite a bit. That's for damn
So-
sure. I think I said it was a percent of Leather and Lark, but I'm also certain that I had just started it after last week. So I read the whole thing. However many pages that is.
Yeah.
And the rest. So anyway, what did y'all read this week?
Yeah. If you read any of the books that we talked about today, you gotta let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And if you finished them, you gotta leave your freaking rating.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Yeah, and tell us about your current reads, your in progresses.
please.
Let us know.
Yeah.
And
And we're still waiting for anyone, to give us a really good psychological thriller
yeah,
recommendation.
please.
Please.
Come on, we need
Please.
it. We could research, but that's like too much work.
No, I just
Ew.
want someone to do it for me.
Yeah, that's great. But
That's what the internet's for.
helping us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have a good week, friends.
Yeah. And we'll
And-
talk to you next one.
Yeah, and happy reading.
Happy reading.
All right, well,
Bye.